Good morning. I wanted to come on and have a chat about the ego. This is something that I'm dealing with in therapy at the moment. Anything that I say is my point of view, my opinion. I am not a psychologist, I am not a therapist. It's just basically stuff that I've been learning. The way that it's been explained to me is we have two different parts within us. We have our ego, which is driven by expectations, fear, pressures, whether it's internal or external. And then we have what's called the witness. And the witness is opposite to the ego. So I'll try and explain this from my point of view and hopefully it might make a bit more sense. So I'm very much living in my ego, and the ego is a very self-centered view. So at the moment, I'm going through a bit of a rough time. I'm very much in my head about it. It's causing me to be anxious. It's causing me to feel depressed. This is because I'm reacting based on my ego rather than responding to things from my witness. So the way to describe the witness is, say that you're in the cinema and you're sat back and you're witnessing the film. You've taken a step back. You're just watching everything happen. When you're in your ego, you're the main character. You're in there. Everything is about you. So when you're the witness, you respond. When you're in your ego, you are reacting. A lot of the time, we end up being in our ego because we're reacting to external pressures, expectations that either we've put on ourselves or we feel like we need to meet due to societal pressures, peer pressures. And I'm trying really hard at the moment to practice letting go, and you have to learn to let go. All of these problems that you've squashed and you've put into your body and that you're holding on to will just continue to stack up until you explode. Every single thing that you have pushed in down inside of you is still in there, and it will be in there until you deal with it. Why people stay in relationships that they don't like or jobs that they don't like, because even though they don't like the way that they feel and they're very closed off and they've pushed everything down, they're ignoring it, they're just getting on with it, it's comfortableness. Even though you hate all those things, it's a routine and it's comfortable for you. You're less likely to step outside of it because the thought of not having that routine and not having the markers to follow seems scarier than just letting go and not knowing what's on the other side. And by staying stagnant and staying in your ego and responding to fear and anger and all these external pressures, you're never going to grow. That energy is never going to be released. So one of the ways to kind of practice this is you notice yourself reacting to something. Someone pulls up in front of a car and you go, oh, fuck's sake, that's you reacting. It's very hard to clock it. It's a process that is going to take a long time. But like next time you realise that you've reacted to something, you're like, oh, fuck's sake. Just be like, okay, why specifically did that make me angry? Why did that trigger me? How old do I feel? Because 9 times out of 10, it's to do with something that happened in your childhood, and it's never as simple as, oh, it just annoyed me because he pulled in front of me. Right, okay, why is that? Because they weren't following the rules, and you feel like everybody should be following the rules, and you were told your whole life that you need to behave, follow the rules step by step. See someone not do that, it triggers the child in you. Well, they should have followed the rules because that's what I did my whole life. How come they get away with it and I don't? It's usually a lot deeper than just the surface level of that made me angry. And the moment that you realise what it is and start working on it, and you can release that little bit of energy, and then next time someone pulls in front of you, you feel yourself starting to react and you're like, okay, step back. Okay, I'm not angry because this person pulled in front of me. I'm angry because of the expectations that were put on me as a child to behave and follow the rules. It makes me angry when I see people not do that. When you're in your ego, it's all about you. It was something that my dad said to me a few years ago, which has always stuck with me. It seems a bit nihilistic, however, it seemed to work for me. So one of the things I really suffered with was social anxiety. I was so concerned about what everyone else thought. And my dad said to me once, he was like, I love you as a daughter, you're just not that important. I was like, what? And he was like, you're not that important. Everyone is so focused on their own mind and their own thoughts and their own ego and their own anxiety that they couldn't give a shit what you do. And it's so true. And the moment that you realise that everyone is in their own heads and everyone's in their own ego, everyone's going through different things, but we all end up in the same place, and everybody just needs to learn to let go a little bit more. Obviously, there is a lot going on in the world right now. It's not as simple as just being like, yeah, it's fine, I don't care. Can you handle this? Can you handle what you're going through right now? If you can't handle it, find out why. You can't show up for other people if you can't even show up for yourself. This is something that I've only been looking into for the last 3 weeks, and it is very hard to change your mindset and clock yourself before you go to react to something. You aren't your thoughts, you aren't your feelings, you are witnessing them. It's like, how do you know when you're overthinking? You can see your own thoughts, you're witnessing your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own processes. It's like this little voice in the back of your head. It's like, react. It's your ego. You should have done this. You should be acting like that. You should be doing this, and so should everyone else. Says who? Who's put their expectations on you? Is it peers? Was it your parents? Was it teachers? Was it grandparents? Was it friends? Was it yourself? Is it society? It's not helpful for yourself or anyone. Kind of going back to what I was saying is, you can't show up for other people if you can't show up for yourself. In the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? And when I heard that at first, I used to be like, no, because I hate myself and I love my partner. It's not that simple. You can hate yourself and you can still love someone else, but you cannot show up for them to the best of your ability because you can't show up for yourself. You can only meet people as deeply as you can meet yourself, and it's vice versa. So if you do hate yourself and you're all enclosed and you've got all this energy and you're living in your ego, you will be able to show love, but only to a certain degree, because it will show up in different ways and it'll manifest in different ways, and you'll be angry and you'll be upset with the world, but I still love my partner. Okay, but you're not free. You are full of this negative energy. You have squashed so much stuff down into you and so much repressed trauma, problems that you don't want to face, and probably self-hatred. And this was me for a very, very long time. I touched on one of my videos the fact that I was in an abusive relationship for 5-6 years of my life, from my teenage years to my 20s, and it broke me down completely. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still getting there. I'm still learning to process things, but until I process them and I release this energy, I'm going to be closed off in certain areas. I'm not going to be able to show up in certain ways that I want to because it triggers part of me. Again, back to what I was saying at the start. You drop a pen. Oh God, I hate myself. I can't do anything. Why did you react like that? Why do you hate yourself because you dropped something? You need to, you don't need to do anything. Again, this is something I'm trying to learn. Need is a demand and an expectation that you put on yourself. I don't need to do anything. I want to. I drop a pen. I'm angry. What am I actually angry at? I'm not angry because I dropped a pen. I'm angry because I feel like I can't do anything and I'm a failure, because that's what I've been told my whole life. It's deep and it will take a while. It's going to hurt when you're pushing against your ego, because your ego is there to keep you comfortable and conformed and safe to a degree, to help you survive in a society that feeds off that ego. And when you push against it, it's going to feel horrible sometimes, but that's because you're so used to being in that comfortableness. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if that resonated with you. If you're going through anything as well, we are all connected. We are all one. We are all going through this. We are all in our own heads. We just need to let go a little bit as much as we can, figure out what it is that's keeping us from being that witness and being open. We will get there. It is a very, very long process, but you've got to start somewhere.